question number 1, snow is falling at a rate. And the question is, how much has fallen from 0 to 5? This is a integration question where you integrate the rate. And we're integrating from 0 to 5. That's simple. Now we have to have the calculus skills to do it. So if you're given a rate, integrate it. It's an accumulator. And so let's see how we're going to do that. So the hook comes from the exponent. So the derivative of negative 0.1t is just negative 0.1. That's the hook I need. What was it before, and then what did it become? That becomes the fraction in front. Recognize that 0.1 is 1/10. So you're going to multiply times the reciprocal and get negative 20. Now you can unhook, and the rule for E is copy it. Plug in 5 for t, and you get negative 20, negative 0.5. Subtract, plug in 0. E to the 0 is 1, so you're subtracting negative 20. So the one that matches when you simplify it is D. Number 2, it's a calculated question. Water is pumped into a tank. Again, you're given a rate. The tank contains 800 gallons to begin with. And the question is, how much is in the tank after 20 minutes? So if you have the rate, the first 20 minutes is 0 to 2, and you integrate the rate to find how much more has been added to it. Put that in your calculator, and you get approximately 1,220 gallons. So again, that's what you put in. See if you can do it. Make sure you circle the right answer. 3. Insects destroy crop at that rate. So how much crop has been destroyed between 7 and 14? So we're going to integrate from 7 to 14. 100e negative 0.1t to subtract e to the negative 3t. And that's it. So put that in your calculator. Press pause, see if you get the same answer as me. So the answer is about 125. Number 6, another calculator question. See if my camera will focus in and out again. So at time t equals 0, a tank contains 48 gallons. From 0 to 4, water flows into the tank, and then it flows out of the tank. How many gallons of water in the tank at 4 minutes? So you started with 48. E represents the water entering the tank. E represents the water exiting, or leaving, I should say. So you subtract the water leaving, you add the water coming in. And now you type that into your calculator, and you should get the answer 87.74. I can't even read. Right there. That's what you should get in your calculator. Number 7. What's the total area of the regions between the curves y equals 6x squared and negative 18x squared? Things just went dark in here. Just go like this. Get the lights back on. I'm glad that we're saving energy. I wish they had sensors that would know I'm sitting at the desk. Number 7. Oh, so step number 1 here is we're going to make it equal to each other. I need to know if they intersect in the middle of that interval between 1 and 3. So we're going to make it equal to 0. I'm going to add 6x. I'm going to factor it out. And then when I solve it, the two answers I get are 0 and 2. Now 0 is not in my interval. This is my interval. But 2 is. And so I need to have an understanding of which one is on top and which one's underneath, because it's top subtract bottom. So if I plug positive 1 into the first one, I get negative 12. If I plug positive 1 in here, I get negative 6. So negative 6 is higher than negative 12. So I know the line is above. So from 1 to 2, the line is above the parabola. And then if I plug in 3, I want you to notice that 3 squared is 9, and 6 times 9 is 54, and this is 54, so it subtracts to 0. But if I plug 9 in here, or 3 in here, it's 0 or negative 18. So now the parabola is on top. So if we plug in 3, I get the answer 0. If I plug 3 in here, I get negative 18. Like, now the parabola has a higher value than the line. So the parabola is first. And that's from 2 to 3. All right, now I'm going to turn the page and actually have to do that work. So you do both and you add them together. So for the first one, you add 1 to the exponent and divide. So negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. And then the second one, you add 1 and divide. So 12 divided by 2 is 6, and it's from 1 to 2. Plug in 2 first. Use parentheses. Plug in 1. And then that's what you simplify it. If you did it correctly and simplify it, the answer is 4. The second one, again, integrate, add 1 to the exponent and divide. Add 1 to the exponent and divide. Actually ends up being negative 6. That's from 2 to 3. Plug in 3. Use parentheses, plug in 2. And then whatever this number is, subtract this number. If you did that right, you get positive 8. So if you add it together, that answer is 12, and that's why it matches with B. Number 8. The area of the shaded region in the figure above is represented by which of the following integrals? And so it's top, subtract bottom. So f at x is top, subtract the bottom. And it goes from A to C. So which one integrates from A to C? F subtract G. And that's the correct setup to find the area between two curves. Did I forget one? Did I just go from, let me go back here. I think I didn't turn the page over. Like I went from, I think I didn't do questions 4 and 5. I'm going to do them right now. I just realized that. I'm sorry, they're out of order. The rate at which motor is leaking is defined by that. It says how much oil leaks in the first half hour. So it's per hour. So 0 to 1/2 is what we're looking for. And then it's 1 plus sine t squared dt. That's it. That tells you how much oil is leaking. That answer, press pause, try with your calculator, is 0.541. 5 pizzas heated to 350 degrees. And then the temperature is changing when it gets out of the oven. What's the temperature after 5 minutes? So we start with 350. And then this is already going to be a negative answer that brings the temperature down. What you start with, the rate, in this case it's going to bring the temperature down. Put that in your calculator, and now the temperature of the pizza after 5 minutes is 112. Sorry about that. Now we're back here. Number 9. What is the area enclosed by those two curves. Oops. See if I can get it focused in. I know it's a little blurry. I'm always playing with the focus on this camera and hoping it actually focuses it. So we need to make it equal to each other and solve it. Let's start off there. And I wonder for number 9, when I look at number 9, it makes me feel like with all those decimal answers that it's really a calculator question. Let me just check one thing for a second here. So we are gonna, this is the first thing I need to do. I don't see a calculator icon, but it might not have printed out. Because when I look at the answers, I kind of get a sense that the answers are such where you should be able to use a calculator, just because of the decimals that I see. So, in the meantime, you can take out your calculator. I'm just confirming here right now. I think the printer icon didn't print out. Yeah. So there's like a printer icon up here that didn't print out. So let's see, what would I do with my calculator to do this? There's my calculator. So I'm going to graph it. Can we do that together? So can you go, I already have something there. I'm going to erase it. So I'm going to press tab and I'm going to type in the first one, x cubed, subtract 8x squared plus 18x, subtract 5. So I'm going to graph it first. I'm probably going to need to change the window in a moment, but I'll do that in a second. I'm going to press tab again. I'm going to type in x plus 5. And then I just start with a standard window. So press menu, go to window, and just press a standard window, which is number 5. And see if that. Now the nice thing about this calculator is you can actually grab the graph and you can drag it down. So press down, and see that cute little hand there? You could drag the graph down so you can see what you need to see. So what I need to see is where they intersect. Alright, so do you see how I see it now? So now I stop doing that. So I can grab the graph and bring it down so that I can see where the graph intersects. The first thing I'm going to do is find the points of intersection. So I want you to go to 6 and number 4, intersection. And then we're going to find the first one on the left. So I move it to the left, press down. I move it to the right, press down. And so the first one is at 1, 6. I'm going to do another one. Again, I'm going to go analyze and intersection. That's 4. Again, I'm going to press down and press down. Those are nice numbers, right? 1 and 2. And then one more time. So for the point of intersection, I'm going to press down, press down. So it's nice. Those are nice numbers. So I can see it's 1, 2, and 5 where it does it. So I'm going to write down what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to show you with the calculator what we're going to do. So the enclosed area starts from 1 to 2, and the curve x cubed subtract 8x squared plus 18x subtract 5. That's on top. Subtract the bottom is the line. And then to that one, I'm going to then go from 2 to 5. And now the line is on top. Subtract the curve on the bottom. Now I'm going to let my calculator do this work, but that's ultimately what I'm doing. So you may have never done this with your calculator, so we're going to do it right now. I'm going to press menu. Oops. I'm going to turn it on first. I'm going to press Menu. I'm going to go to Analyze, and see there's one that says Bounded Area, which is 8. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the point of intersection. See where it says point of intersection? Right there. See how it says point of intersection? Press down, and then move across, and then it's going to say point of intersection again. Press down, and it gives you already that value, which is 0.583, right? Was it? Oops. Right there it says point of intersection. Press down. It keeps moving on me. Now we can keep moving across here till we get to right here. And now, again, the point of intersection. In fact, that gives you both the area of both sections, right? And then altogether, what's the area of both sections? And you can see it's 11.833. So if we come back here, it's something to try with your calculator, right? That you have that skill, that you can find bounded area with your calculator. If you find the point of intersection first, the calculator recognizes to create the bounds, so you can find the area that way. Number 10. Which of the following represents the area of that shaded region? So it's top subtract bottom. So the top is y equals d, and the bottom is f at x. So it's top subtract bottom, and it goes from a to b. So we're integrating from a to b, top subtract bottom. That's what we're looking for. Number 11. The area of the region enclosed by that graph and the line y equals 5 is what? So I need to have the ability to graph. X squared plus 1 starts at 1, and it's a parabola. It's just been pushed up 1. And then we have a line, y equals 5, and we want to find this area. See if I can get it focused in again. So again, we're going to go top subtract bottom. So we're integrating. I need to know the points of intersection so I can find my bounds. So I make them equal to each other and then solve for x. So I'm going to subtract 1, take the square root, and you can see the answer is positive and negative 2. Those are my bounds. 5 is on top. X squared plus 1 underneath, and now integrate it. In fact, I'm going to combine like terms first. So 5 subtract 1 is 4. So that's what I'm going to integrate. So that's 4x, and that's x cubed divided by 3 from negative 2 to 2. Plug in 2 for x. Subtract, plug in negative 2. I know this takes practice to do it efficiently. So I don't take this step for granted, but you're the one that's going to have to practice that you can do these number sets. So if you did it correctly, you get the answer 32 over 3. So I want you to try and really fight through to get this answer. Number 12. What is the area of the region in the first quadrant enclosed by the graphs y equals sine 2x and y equals x? So there's sine 2x, there's y equals x, but you do get to use a calculator. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to use my calculator. This will be our last one on this video. And I'll show you with the calculator what it's going to look like. So it's good practice. I'm going to press tab, and I'm going to clear this. So I'm going to clear what I have. And then start again. So the first one is sine 2x. And then the second one is just y equals x. Notice my window is way off. Oh, I went dark. I'm just going to deal with it. And so I'm going to change the window so I can see it just a little bit better. So I can just do this. And it's just in the first quadrant. So I'm going to find the bounded area. So menu, and I'm going to find the one point of intersection. Let's practice that too. So point of intersection, that's 4. So let's find that. So you can see there's a point of intersection. So now I'm going to press menu, analyze. Bounded area is 8. So I'm going to start left at 0. Press down. And then I'm going to move to the right, and it's going to tell me the area. When it says point of intersection, oops, right there. See how it says it? Press down. And then you can see, if you can't see that number, you can always put your hand on it, close down, open it up so you can actually see it. So it's 0.210. So that's good practice, right? To find area of a bounded region with your calculator. And you have your answer. All right, we're going to come back with another video soon. Mr. G Math, over and out. Until next time. See if I can get that in focus. It's not going to focus for me, is it? Try one more time. There it is.